Hey Abe, it's Wednesday, September 10th. So this week, I've been spending a lot of time in writing mode, like hardcore. I have been thinking about my stories, I have been planning, I have actually been doing some writing, and since that's what I've been thinking about, that's what I want to talk to you about. I've got two different stories going on right now. I've got one that I'm revising, and I can't really talk to you too much about that without going into detail about who my characters are and what's going on with them. So instead, I'm going to talk to you a bit about what I'm doing for the story that's sort of in brainstorming mode. Because my brain has been all about having fun with writing, Creepy Octopus and I are going to give you lots of tips about fun ways to work on brainstorming your writing. So creepy. Thing number one, put your iPod on shuffle. Or if you're driving in the car, put on the radio. Don't skip anything, and try to make every single song that you hear about your characters and about your plot. It starts out challenging, and then it gets really addictive. Like, you're not going to be able to hear a song and not think about your characters once you get into this. It's really good because it helps establish the relationships and the dynamics between your characters. In the story that I'm revising, I have a whole lot of different relationships with different dynamics, different songs, and even just different love songs are clearly for Trillium and Carlton, or are so much for Jabari and Winola that I just can't even. This is so much fun. Do this, guys. Legit. Number two. If you're an artistic type person, then you've probably drawn your characters already. But if you are like me and Creepy Octopus here, drawing is not our strong suits. But there's a place for you and me where we can create our characters we don't have to draw. And that place is Doll Divine. It's a website that has a whole bunch of different paper dolls, but they're computer paper dolls. Some of them are infinitely customizable. Some of them are kind of lame. But some of them are incredibly detailed. If you have any sort of fantasy setting, I recommend the Lord of the Rings doll maker because it is the most detailed one that I've ever seen in my life. It has the most options, has both male and female options, and you can put male clothes to some degree on your female characters and female clothes to some degree on your male characters. The only thing is that you can't really choose body types, although there's a little bit of difference if you want to do a hobbit body type, which is going to be shorter and a little bit rounder, a little bit bustier in the females than the elves, who are all willowy, and then wizards, which are different, and dwarves, which are actually different body type. But you can't actually make a large character, which is the only downside. Now, gentlemen, I know what you're thinking. You cannot catch me on this bright purple website carefully customizing clothing for some dolls. That's not what I'm gonna do. But, sir, you will be mistaken. And if you give it a try, you will fall in love with it because it's really fun and it's really creative and it's a fantastic way to create your characters and make them come to life. And this is important for when you're writing your novel too, because halfway through the book you're going to forget what color your character's eyes are and you're going to be like, now where is that picture file I saved of my dolls? And they have all different sorts of doll makers, so they have contemporary ones and they have steampunk ones. They've got several different kinds of steampunk ones, and they have much more photorealistic ones versus much more cartoony ones. You can make yourself some ponies if that's what you're into. Literally, this website has everything, and if it doesn't have what you're looking for, there are many, many more doll making websites. So many more. Number three, draw maps. They don't have to be as intense as Middle-earth up here. There are any number of ways to do this. You can be careful about it, do it on graph paper and make details. You can just doodle them in the margins of your class notes. The function of this map really depends on what your characters do. Is that a map of a town, in which case you've got the different characters' homes and places labeled? Is it the map of a country or of several countries? Does your character go on a journey? And if so, it's probably a good idea to plot their journey through your map. There's no rules. Your map should serve your story. And I don't know what your story is, so I don't know how to tell you to make your map. Ladies and gentlemen, here are some ideas for free from me. Enjoy. See you next week.